We're going to begin with breaking news. The coronavirus is now spreading so quickly, public health experts say it is simply uncontrollable. And they're warning that the days ahead will be even worse. Tonight, the U.S. is shattering records set in those first unimaginable days of the crisis. On Tuesday, the country reached another new high for infections in a single day, more than 136,000. Things are now so dire in places like Missouri and Wisconsin. At least 1 out of every 3 people tested is positive. More than 1,400 people have been killed by the virus in just the past 24 hours. That's the most to die in one day in months. The death toll, is now growing so fast, one model says it will reach 400,000 by February. Tonight, hospitals across the Midwest are running out of beds and protective gear. College football games are being canceled, and schools, including Syracuse University, are shutting down as cases there explode. And without the president speaking out, the nation's governors are now stepping in. As we come on the air, New York's governor is just the latest to reimpose restrictions, forcing restaurants to close early and limiting private gatherings to 10 people. All this just ahead of Thanksgiving. Well, we've got a lot of important new information for you and your family tonight, and our team of correspondents is covering it all. CBS's David Begnaud is going to lead us off tonight from South Bend, Indiana. Good evening, David.
Good evening, Nora. You mentioned the governors. Ohio's governor just went on television statewide and he told people, I know you're tired. I know that you're weary. But this virus is more dangerous and widespread than it has been in the past. He says Ohio is experiencing its 3rd wave right now. And he told his residents, if we don't get some kind of control of this, I will shut down bars, gyms, and restaurants in 1 week. Ohio is overwhelmed.
As of today, every single one of our 88 counties has a high rate of virus spread.
To North Dakota now. Hospital staffing shortages are so dire that the governor issued an order giving the go-ahead for healthcare workers who have active COVID-19 infection but are asymptomatic to continue working in a hospital setting with COVID patients as long as they take extra precautions. Governors in at least 7 states have told people stay at home. Nevada's governor has given residents a deadline to lower cases.
If we don't come together at this moment, I will be forced to take stronger action in 14 days.
Tonight, the CDC is reminding people wearing a mask doesn't just protect others around you, it protects you too. Demand for COVID testing is surging across the heartland. Nearly every one of the 50 states are reporting increases in new coronavirus cases compared to 2 weeks ago. And in some, ICU beds are at critically low levels. Only 12 are left in North Dakota. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, they are full. David Begnaud, CBS News, South Bend, Indiana.
I'm Meg Oliver in New York City, where coronavirus spread had been contained for months, but is now in danger of exploding back. Today, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo announced new measures to stop the spread. Starting Friday, bars, restaurants, and gyms must close in-person service at 10 p.m.
We usually get big orders around 10. And we're not going to get the income anymore.
New York City's positivity rate climbing to 2.5%. If the city hits 3%, all schools will go remote.
We're seeing community spread. We're seeing things we have not seen in a long time.
The surge is worse in New Jersey, the city of Newark, the hardest hit.
For the next 3 weeks, parts of the city will enforce a 9 p.m. curfew, and all indoor and outdoor gatherings will be limited to 10 people.
An urgent warning from Children's Hospital in Philadelphia recommending schools and businesses go all remote next week, as infection rates in children are now outpacing those of adults in many areas of the country. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
I'm Janet Shamlian in El Paso, a city shaken to its core. Almost 1 of every 10 people have been infected here. Few have been spared the impact.
I've lost my husband. I lost my brother. I've lost 4 of my friends.
Lori Burnett's husband, Dave, was a firefighter who died in March. Her brother, a Vietnam veteran, died in September.
Is that like an open wound again?
Every time. I can't sleep in our bed because he's not there anymore.
Lori says the toughest part is not being able to comfort others or be comforted herself.
We're all in this state of numb that you just have to function. When you ask me, how do I wake up every day? There's been times that I wish I hadn't.
Those words are hard to hear, but it is the reality for more than 200,000 families in this country. For many, trying to go on with their lives now without the person they thought they'd be spending the rest of their lives with. Nora?
So incredibly painful to hear all that. Janet Shamlian, thank you.